The laughter echoed through Hangar Bay 7 like poisoned music. Bella stood frozen near the maintenance lift, her dress, the only nice one she owned, suddenly feeling like a costume. Around her, a dozen officers in crisp uniforms barely contained their amusement. Did you actually think Commander Kanat would want to meet you? Lieutenant Vresh's antennae quivered with mirth. A grease-stained human mechanic? Oh, this is priceless. Bella's hands clenched at her sides. 3 weeks ago, someone had slipped a message into her toolkit. Hangar 7, 1800 hours. Someone wants to meet you. She'd been stupid enough to hope, stupid enough to believe that maybe, just maybe, someone on this massive interstellar carrier had noticed her as more than the human girl who fixed their ships. The look on her face. Another officer howled. Did you really buy a new dress for this? Bella's cheeks burned. She'd spent 2 months' savings on it. 2 months of skipping meals, of working double shifts to afford something that didn't smell like hydraulic fluid and ion burns. The crowd parted and Bella's stomach dropped. Commander Kanat himself approached. Tall, elegant, with the distinctive silver markings of Zenthari nobility across his cerulean skin. His expression was carefully neutral, but she could see the discomfort in his eyes. I apologize for this misunderstanding, Kanat said stiffly. My colleagues have a questionable sense of humor. Misunderstanding? Bella's voice came out smaller than she intended. Right, of course. She turned to leave, vision blurring with humiliation. Behind her, the laughter resumed. Wait, Kanat called, but Bella was already moving toward the exit. Then a voice cut through the hangar like a plasma torch through hull plating. Attention! The laughter died instantly. Every officer in the hangar snapped to rigid attention. Bella stopped, turning slowly. Admiral Thrace stood at the hangar entrance, her weathered human face carved from stone, her uniform decorated with more commendations than Bella could count. Behind her stood the carrier's entire command staff. The Admiral's boots rang against the deck plating as she walked into the hangar. The silence was absolute. Would someone, Admiral Thrace said, her voice dangerously quiet, care to explain what is happening in my hangar? Lieutenant Vresh stammered. Admiral, it was only a joke, ma'am. We thought it would be funny to humiliate a member of my crew. The Admiral's eyes swept across the assembled officers. To mock someone who works harder than any 3 of you combined. Vresh's antennae drooped. Ma'am, she's just a... Finish that sentence, Lieutenant, and you'll be scrubbing plasma conduits for the next year. The Admiral walked to Bella, her expression softening slightly. Chief Mechanic Bella, I apologize for witnessing this disgraceful display. Are you all right? Chief Mechanic? Vresh whispered, confused. Admiral Thrace turned, her voice carrying to every corner of the hangar. That's correct. Perhaps you officers were too busy planning pranks to read last week's personnel briefings. Chief Mechanic Bella was promoted 3 days ago. She now outranks half of you. Bella blinked. Ma'am, they never told me. The orders were supposed to be delivered personally, Thrace said grimly. It seems someone in personnel failed their duties. My apologies, Chief. The Admiral turned back to the crowd. Would you like to know why Chief Mechanic Bella received this promotion? Let me enlighten you. Thrace pulled up a holo display. 2 months ago, during the Kepler Station crisis, our squadron faced a critical situation. Our fighters' FTL drives were failing mid-combat due to a manufacturing defect. Fleet Command estimated 2 weeks to diagnose the problem. We had 3 hours before the next engagement. The Admiral's eyes found Bella. Chief Bella solved it in 45 minutes, alone, in a maintenance bay, with spare parts and a quantum wrench. Kanat's eyes widened. That was you? You saved my entire squadron. She saved the battle, Thrace corrected. 300 fighters, 6,000 lives. The manufacturers are still trying to understand her solution. They've offered her a position as chief engineer. 6-figure salary. Private lab. Bella's jaw dropped. She turned them down, Thrace continued. Said she preferred working with her hands. Staying with her crew. The Admiral's voice hardened. With people who apparently see her as entertainment. Lieutenant Vresh looked like he wanted to disappear into the deck plating. Commander Kanat, Thrace said. Step forward. Kanat obeyed, his silver markings darkening with shame. Did you have any knowledge of this prank? No, Admiral. I swear it. Then you have a choice to make, Commander. Your friends here just humiliated someone you owe your life to. Someone who outranks most of them. Someone who frankly is worth 10 of them. Thrace's expression was unreadable. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Canet looked at Bella for a long moment. Then he turned to his fellow officers, his voice cold and clear. Every officer involved in this incident will report for additional duty assignments. You'll be assisting Chief Bella's maintenance teams for the next month. Maybe you'll learn something about actual work. He paused. And about respect. He turned back to Bella, and now his voice was different, softer, genuine.
Chief Bella, I truly had no knowledge of this setup.
But if you're willing, I would very much like to take you to dinner. A real one. To apologize, and to thank you for saving my life. Bella looked at him, then at the Admiral, then at the sea of mortified faces around her. 1900 hours, she said quietly. The officer's mess. And, Commander? Yes? You're paying. The faintest smile crossed Canot's face. Absolutely. As Bella walked past the crowd toward the exit, Admiral Thrace's voice followed her. And, Chief? Take the rest of the day off. That's an order. Yes, ma'am. Behind her, the silence remained absolute until she disappeared through the doors. Only then did Admiral Thrace turn to the remaining officers, her expression promising consequences that would last far longer than any prank. In Hangar Bay 7, humanity had reminded the galaxy of a simple truth. Never underestimate the ones who actually do the work.